Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Kayode Leke, and in this tutorial I'll explain to you how you can convert your picture to cartoon. You can see that in this particular picture I've converted a picture to cartoon of a famous celebrity, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can actually achieve this. To get files to practice on your own, I'm going to put the link below. Just click the description, hit the description button below, and you'll see the link where you can download the files I used in creating this cartoon. So if you want to practice on your own, ensure that you click the description button and you will see the link to the download to the download button. You see the link to where you can download your own file to practice. Now I'm moving over to my Photoshop software to show you how you can achieve this. So I'd like you to hit the subscribe button so that you can get tutorials like this whenever I make them, and also hit the like button and share. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to import my picture that I want to convert. Okay, so this is the picture I actually work with. So now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this, because I actually want to use it as a portrait. So yeah, okay, let me make it a bit closer. Yep. So now I've cropped it now to a portrait. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new file. I'll open a new file, because I always like the dimension to be large. If for instance you want to send it to a client, it's always advisable that you use a large dimension, so that anywhere they want to use it to fit in, and it's going to be bold, it's going to be clear. So I always prefer to use nothing less than 1000 by 1000, but that's for if you're using a square. But if you want to use a rectangle, I always advise you use minimum of 1003 by 1000. Then you click create. Okay, so I've created this. So the next thing is just drag your picture. Just drag your picture from here. Just drag it to this new layer, this new file you just created. So you can close this. So we are done with this. So you can enlarge this. Oh sorry, first of all let me duplicate it. You can use Ctrl J, duplicate, then you can drag it to the edge, then this next one, Ctrl T to transform, then you can enlarge it. So you press your shift button, press your shift and your alt button down, then you can see. Okay, remember shift and alt button, you press it down. So here we go. So when you're done, you click OK. Yeah. So now the reason why I put this small one here is so that while I'm working I can always get a larger picture. I can always see the actual picture of how it looks, you know, just to help me see what I'm designing, what I'm like trying to convert. So this is what we'll be working with. So the first thing we need to do is to make this one, reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity to say maybe 80, or whichever you want. Just make it not too invincible and not too obvious. So I think it is okay. So the first thing we need to do is to start creating the outline. Now So you create a layer, create a new layer and name it outline. Now then you go to your pen tool, just like I've taught you how to use the pen tool. So click your pen tool, then you can zoom in here so that you can have a broader look to what you are creating, to what you're designing. So then you can start tracing out using your pen tool. So you press your Alt button, then click, then okay, trace out, trace this out, trace out, trace out. So if you don't know how to use the pen tool, I'm going to put the link below also. Just check the description below and you will see link to how to use the pen tool properly. The reason why I taught you how to use the pen tool first in my Photoshop tutorial is because it is basically a tool that you can almost not do away with as a graphic designer that works with Photoshop. It is something you cannot do away with. Trust me, you can't do without it. It's as simple as that. You can't do without it. You cannot do without it. So that's just it. That's just it. So trust me, it's very easy. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. So all right. I'm tracing out the neck here. Okay, yeah. So now I'm done with this. So what I need to do is to right click on this and select fill path. You can see fill path. Click fill path, then you can click color. Now if you, the reason I'm using color is this: I want to actually make this outline black, but you can see my foreground here, like I told you in the previous video. I see my foreground here. This is the foreground. The foreground is red and my background is white, but so none of them, since I didn't change it earlier to black, all I need to do is to come to color here and select black, then click OK. Then you can see it turns it to black. So you right click again here and delete path. These traces you can see here, just right click and delete path. So that's that. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I actually want to make it an outline. If you notice, this is not actually an outline. So what I need to do is press your Control key down, then click on this outline layer to select this layer. Then next thing you're going to do, go to your filter, go to your select, then you click on modify, then you click on a contract. So now you can use 3 or use 4, but I always like to use 3 so that the outline won't be too much. Then you click OK. So you can see that it has contracted it inside. So you can use your you can go to edit and click cut, or you can use your move tool, then put it inside this selection. You can see that it shows a razor under. Then you can click away and drag, then you hit your delete button. So you can see that it has traced it out and is now hollow. So that's that. Now the next thing you need to do is to start creating all the outlines of the important contours around the face, and we'll still be using the pen tool. Like I told you, your pen tool is something you cannot do away with. So you click this, So I'll first trace out the lips, trace out the lips. Okay, so remember I'm still working on the outline layer, so that all the outlines will be on one layer. Then you click fill path, then you click OK, because I've set it to black before. You right click, delete path, then you do the same thing for the nose, trace. Okay, then you fill path, and click OK. Then this also, fill path, okay, then delete path. So you do this on and on. So I'm going to do this on, and I'm going to go ahead and do it for the eyes, for the eyebrow, and for the ear. Okay, so now I've filled the nostrils and the nose, the ear. So now I want to show you how I'll be filling the eyes, because the eyes is actually another important part that you might need to see. Okay, so just see how I traced out the eyes. Okay, okay, then you click fill path and click OK. Alright, so I'll go ahead and do the other. So now I'm done with the outline. You can see, let me show you what the outline looks like. You can see that it's beginning to look like our image, our picture. So I'm done with the black outline. So the next thing you need to do is to create the eye. But first of all, let me first create an outline for the eye inside, which is the eyeballs. Okay, you have to be very careful when tracing it out here, so that it does not look ambiguous. You can see how I traced out inside the previous path. So let me do the next one. Okay, so fill path, click OK, then click delete path. Okay, so the next, so let me create a new layer and name the new layer eyes. Now don't forget that the black one I did it on the previous outline layer, because it's black. Now the eyes, I'll drag this eyes layer below the outline, then I'll change this to white, then I use my brush tool, click your brush tool, then you can paint all through. Okay, sorry. Alright, okay, let me do this again because I noticed it was coming out. Okay, all right, so that's that. Okay, let's look at, okay, you can see it's beginning to come out. Our image is beginning to come out. So that's our eyes. Okay, I forgot to create this little beard below. Okay, and quickly clear that on the outline, on our outline. Okay, then click fill path and click OK, then delete path. Okay, so as it's beginning to look like our guy here, so to make this obvious, now the next thing we need to do is to we'll now start creating our shadows. Okay, before we create a shadow, let's quickly create the lips. Let's create the lips here. Okay, click Alt, create our lips here. Okay, let me move this a bit here, then you close up. So after closing up, then you right click. Let me change this layer to lips. Okay, then you right click, then you choose color. Now we're going to make the color a bit different so that it can look like the lips. Okay, let's first of all use this. You can always change the color later. Click OK. Alright, so then you right click, then click delete path. So the next thing, so the next thing I would like us to do is to create, let's duplicate this picture, then go to pasteurize. That's your image, adjustments, then pasteurize. Okay, so then you make this, you can use level 4. You can use whatever you like, but it's preferable that it's a lower number. Why? Because I'm trying to separate all the shadows here. So if I use number 4 will help me to separate the shadows reasonably, and I don't get too much of exposure. Okay, let's see what we get here. I don't want too much colors. Okay, let's work with 9. So you click OK. So now start doing is to trace out. You can see all these colorations here. We'll start tracing them out one by one. So let's start with this particular color. okay. And you can see the color is coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know, just make sure that it covers it quite reasonably. So you can create a new layer for this, and you click fill path. So let's just color. For now let me select this. I can always change the color to make it look nice later on, and click delete path. Okay, which other one is similar? I think we have something similar here. Okay, and this. Okay, so I'll make it visible. A few paths, color, just click OK. Since I've used the color before, and delete path. Then which other part here is similar? Okay, I think I have something similar here also. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, then you click okay, let me my outline, then I click fill path, then I click OK. Alright, let me see if there's any more. Okay, I think here, I think I have something similar here. I have something similar here. So click fill path. Okay, all right. Okay, now let's create our skin. Let's create our skin before we continue creating our shadows. So to create the skin, I'll select my outline here. Let me first create a new layer. I'll name it skin. Alright, so you can use any color you like. Let me use this. Let me use this color. Okay, then we can use our paint tool. I can paint inside here. Oh, sorry, we're having something else. Okay, let's use the fill instead. Let's use our fill and use your foreground. Then click OK. All right. So click this Ctrl D or this to deselect. So let me show you how the skin will look like. Now this is the outline, so I can actually use this to paint inside. So that's the paint. I use the paintbrush to paint inside, so then you make your outline obvious. So you can see that. You can see it's beginning to look nice. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to continue our tracing of the shadows. So you trace all the shadows accordingly. Okay, let me trace out this particular one. Just watch the way I'm going to trace this out. So I might not be making use of all the shadows in question because because there are quite many. Okay, sorry. Okay, there are quite many, so you just pick out the ones that are very glaring and much. The ones that are much are the ones that actually affect the face. So you just pick out those important ones and you trace them out. Okay, all right. So we are close and we're almost done. So you can make this out. You can make this out. You can make this out. Okay. Okay, sorry, I went too far. Okay, let's take it here, here, here. And we have it here, then here. Then here. Here. So the next thing, so I'm done tracing this out, so I'm gonna create a new layer. For this, I right click, fill path, then color, then just select something darker a bit, then click OK. Yep, so here we have it. So if you notice that this is bulging out of my skin, so what I need to do is simple. So just, since this layer, your shadow layer, is above the skin, just press the Alt key down and you can see with your cursor on the shadow, then press your Alt button down, then automatically it puts it within the region of the skin. So that's that. Okay, let's see how we're doing. If we're doing well. Okay, I think we are doing quite well. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is let's put some lighting. Let's put some lighting in the design so that it can look more realistic. Okay, all right. So now, so use the pencil again, you create a new layer, name it lights, then trace out, these are the lights. Then you fill path, and click OK. So you can trace out the remaining lights. Okay, so I'm done with the lights. So now you can see how it's looking. So now, sorry, next thing I will do is I will try to adjust. You can create more shadows if you want to give you more feel of what you want to get. So but now what I want to do is I want to alter the opacity of all this so that it can look a little bit real. Yep. So then this shadow, I would like to change the color of this shadow. I like to change the color of this shadow. I want to change to something a bit more darker. Okay, let's try this. Did it work? Okay, I think I like this. Okay, so I can adjust the opacity also. Adjust the opacity also. Alright, so you can see it now looks more like the person you're actually trying to get. So though this design is not complete, but so that I don't make this video lengthy, what I'm going to do is just trace out these lips. Let me show you what you'll be tracing out. You'll be tracing out these lips. You'll be giving the lips some light. This is the lips. Okay, so we're giving the lips some light. Okay, let me increase the opacity first. Okay, then click fill, color, or color, then this. Okay, alright, then delete part, then return this back to 58%. Okay, so that's that. So you can actually create, you can also go ahead to create shadows for the lips as you like, you know, so that it can look more realistic a bit. So I don't make this too lengthy, so we'll work with this. Okay, let me adjust some shadows here also. Let me adjust some shadows here. Okay, yep. Okay, let me adjust the light a bit. Let me reduce it a bit. Okay, so now I'll bring this light above the lips, since I have a light on the lips also. So guys, that's it, that's just it. So I'm going to put the materials you could actually use to practice below, as I said at the beginning. So make sure that you practice on your own, and whatever you get, ensure that you send it to me. Okay, so quickly now, once you're done with your design, the next thing you need to do is to make a few adjustments to it, make it look nice and presentable. So alright, let me make this visible. Alright, so let me duplicate this group, then let me merge this together, merge group together. So you can expand it about, your layer. Okay, and make it look something like this. Okay, then you can create a new layer. You can give it a background. Let's give it let's say blue, oh, sorry, let's say pink. Okay, then you can give this a shadow. You can say drop shadow. Alright, you can see the drop shadow. You can adjust the drop shadow to whatever you want. Okay, then you click OK. So once you're done with this, I think you're good to go. Good to go. You can also give your background. You can give your background a gradient. You can give it this. Maybe, let's say radial reverse. Okay. Alright. So let's reduce the opacity a bit and click OK. So here you go. So this is how you can actually design a cartoon from a picture. So hit the subscribe button and also chat me up. You can see, you can contact me from, you can see my contact in the description below. You can contact me and to let me know if you have any challenges while creating this. So enjoy and see you soon.